Hey everybody and welcome back to the Unstable Podcast. My name is Bubbo and I'm here with my co-host Baablu.
Hello, we're back. Let's go.
How are you doing today?
I've been editing all day, just inside doing nothing. But yeah,
The grind.
Yeah, the grind as they
It do be like that. You gotta grind.
it do. But it's you have some videos that pop up, so it's worth it.
True. Today I woke up at like 12 p.m. and then I went to class.
Oh
and
man.
now I'm here.
How long is your class?
2 hours.
Wait, you woke up at 12 p.m. and went to class. That's 2 hours, so wait.
Well, I kind of sat and watched YouTube for a bit. But that's about it though.
Alright, that's a very eventful day for the both of us, it would seem.
It's crazy eventful, yeah.
So I guess this is the big event of today. This is the productivity.
Yeah, this is the one.
Sir.
So, have you done anything exciting this week?
This week? Not really, to be honest. What did I even do this week? You know what? There was something. That was pretty exciting, okay? So,
Alright.
I guess I'll go into detail about it. So, I got invited by a friend of mine to this, it was like Mr. Beast Gaming, how he does those, like, tournaments? For, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's like 100 players, but this one was, like, very big. It was like 600 player Mr. Beast tournament. So, I got invited to it, and I played in it, and it was pretty interesting. I guess I'll just talk about that real quick.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, so I got invited to the tournament. It was basically like a six civilizations had to build up their civilization, and then after a day they would fight, and whoever won the battle would win or whatever. There was also like a building contest on the side, like which civilization looked the best would like win, I guess, the build stuff. So yeah, I spent like 5 hours grinding the night before the event started, and then
5 hours?
Yeah, like me and Fance were just grinding in a call. We were messing around, so we just grinded. It was kind of like, it wasn't like boring. It was fun. So we did that, and I ended up getting banned that night, but I got unbanned the next day because I was lava bucketing my teammate because he was like annoying me. So they banned me, and they were like, "You're not getting unbanned this close to the start of the event. You're not going to be able to play." And then I messaged my friend who invited me. I was like, "Hey, I got banned. Anything you can do?" And he's like, "Yeah, you're unbanned now." I was like, "Let's go!" So, then the day of the event.
Who is your friend? Why does he have these connections?
His name is Luigi. He's close, I guess, with the moderators of the event. So he had some connections. But day of the event comes, and we're not supposed to stream it. Okay, they said we're not supposed to stream it, but I hit go live, and I made my title like something obscure, like PvP Legacy or something. And I played in the event, and I was waiting for it to start. And
so you live streamed the event?
I streamed the event.
Dude, you're never getting invited back to a Mr. Beast event.
I'm blocked on Twitter for sure, and Mr. Beast is not gonna. He's gonna send a drone strike after me, bro.
I think he is.
So yeah, they were like flying around. Mr. Beast and his friends were like rating the builds, and they came up to me because we were in like a castle, and I made like everyone had like a tower on the castle, but I made mine the highest. I was like, if I want to stand out, then I want to build a little tower. So I did, and they flew up to me and they sat with me for like 30 seconds. It was mainly Chandler and Nolan that were with me, but I guess they took interest in me, which is pretty cool. I might post it on Twitter or something, clip it. I don't know. We'll see. Overall though, the event, like the actual event, when it got into the fight, I died fairly early. He banned not golden apples, but just golden apples. I spent like an hour grinding apples, and they banned them right after the thing started. So yeah, I got quick dropped, but Mr. Beast event, it was fun to play.
At least you got to be there.
Yeah, it was fun to be there. I
hopefully you'll see yourself in the video.
I hope so, because they flew right up to me and they were like, you know how they like sometimes like will bet on a player? Like they're like, "Oh, this is my guy. He's going to win." I think they were doing that to me. That's what I feel like was happening. I feel like Chandler flew up to me and was like, "This is my guy." And then I died early.
But cool if you were in the video like that.
Yeah, but it usually takes them like 3 months to upload the video or to edit it, so guess I'll find out.
I guess it'll be like a Christmas present in 3 months.
Yeah. It'll be like a year from now. No, but it was a good experience. I was very surprised to be invited to it last minute.
So what was like your civilization?
Oh, so there was like a different biomes for each one. So I was in like the Badlands, which is an immediate disadvantage, by the way.
Yeah.
There was no trees, there was no cows, there was nothing. Like we couldn't get enchantment tables till like 40 minutes before the thing started. It was crazy. We had to trade with another colony through the border, like a cow, so we could start breeding them. It was crazy. But yeah, we were like the most disadvantaged team. It was kind of great. There were some big creators there, like McBurkin, FitMC, Poland, a lot of big people.
Dang.
It was a very interesting experience overall.
Nice.
What did you do this week, Bubbo?
What did I do this week?
Yeah, what did you do this week?
Oh, you know.
I don't.
The same thing I do like every week.
Which is?
Nothing.
Feel that.
Be sad that I have to go to school.
Man, school is actually
That's
an issue.
mostly my week.
Well,
yeah, college is not fun.
I mean, you can imagine.
So I kind of have something we could transition to here.
Oh.
I'm here on r/ghost stories.
Oh, okay, I see.
And I'm thinking I could read through a couple ghost stories here.
It could be fun. I'm down.
And we could maybe talk about if we had any ghost stories.
Okay. Oh yeah, I like this. Okay.
All right. Let's see. I'll go. These are kind of long, by the way, so I'll do like two of these maybe.
Okay.
That's a lot of reading. All right. This one is titled "My Dead Brother Called Me 20 Years Later."
What?
All right. Here we go. So, in fact, my brother was born quite exactly 1 year before I was born and died when he was 1 month old due to a heart problem. My parents, being Jehovah's Witnesses, and my father, being completely weird about these things, decided not to talk about his death. I always assumed that he was buried in Spain, as both my parents are Spanish but living in Switzerland. Fast forward to my 20s, I've had a boyfriend, let's just call him Psycho. Okay. We were laying in bed a Sunday around midnight, and he was telling me stories from his life, like the time he did a courage test with his a courage test? What is that? I don't know. A courage test with his friend when he was young. It consisted in walking into the nearby cemetery and peeing on a grave. Oh my god.
Okay, wait.
That's awful.
Quickly before we continue, I just to avoid like upsetting anyone, I would like to we should say quick trigger warning: if death or like if you get scared easily, you should probably not listen to this one because there might be some interesting topics here. So just to avoid upsetting anyone, I would just like to put that out there. But we continue.
You ever heard that you sound like Dream?
Oh my god. Never. I've never heard it in my life.
So basically, they walk into the cemetery and they pee on a grave, and the first one to run away would lose. So they peed on a grave. The boyfriend, or which was his name in this is Psycho, on a smaller grave, which wasn't like the normal ones. Whatever, blah blah blah. The night he dreamt that rap god. The night he peed on their grave, he dreamt of a little boy coming out of the grave and being angry with him because he made a mess out of his home. His home is in quotations. The grave is his home.
Oh, yeah.
Suddenly, I tell him to put his shoes on and get his jacket. He wanted to know what was going on. I couldn't explain it. I just knew I had to go with him. He wanted to drive his car. I said no and took the keys. Without ever having been to that cemetery, I drove there. I knew instinctively where to drive. We arrived to the main big entry, and I tell him we have to walk that way and then turn right, pointing at some candles in the back of the cemetery. He was so mind blown, but told me, if you are searching the grave where I peed on, I'm quite sure it was back there, but on the left side. This is written so poorly, sorry.
Yeah, it sounds like...
We searched and searched in the middle of the night, more than 1 hour, but nothing familiar to me. We went back to my home, but I couldn't sleep. Next day, I've asked my father where my brother was buried, and he answered me it was exactly that cemetery. After I asked for the grave number, I found out. Oh, okay, so basically, the boyfriend peed on her brother's grave.
Oh, that's disrespectful.
But you know what I'm not seeing here?
What?
the part where the brother calls her 20 years later,
Yeah.
because that's not in the story.
Was that the end of the story?
It ends. It ends there.
What? Okay. So
So this was just cap.
I've
This was
heard,
just cap.
well, I've heard like similar stories to where like they think like a dead relative has like reached out to them through like a dream or something. Just coincidence, man. That's just an obscure dream.
I've seen a few videos on. I don't know why this is a trend recently on TikTok, but it's shown up a few times. People, I don't even know how to like say this. It kind of just sounds bad when you say it out loud, but it's not that bad, I guess. It'll be like my grandma. It'll be like the text to speech audio,
Yeah.
and it'll be like, my grandma wanted me to throw her ashes here when she died, and then it shows the video of them throwing the ashes, right? And it's like into like a pond.
Yeah.
And it spells like after they throw it, the ashes spell out like "I heart you" or something.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah. It's like it's just coincidence, man. When growing up, my mom always told me that ghosts were real, but like you could never ever see them. They would. You ever be walking or like in your house, you see something at the corner of your eye, and then you look and it's gone. You ever have that?
Oh yeah,
just,
no,
like,
I definitely.
Sound like
do
there's
that
just like
all the time.
in the corner of your eye, and you look and then there's nothing. That's what my mom said for ghosts were. She said that's what ghosts were. When you see like apparitions in the corner of your eye, and then you look and it's gone. That's what I was told.
I have another one here. This one looks much more formatted. It's written well, I can tell. This one is titled "My kids and I lived in a haunted house from the late 1800s." And then here it goes. For the first this is really long, so buckle your seatbelts, prepare for a journey. For the first few months, the house seemed pretty normal, but then one night my son came screaming down the stairs in what I would call a night terror. I assume he woke up from the nightmare and just kept going. He finally took a deep breath and said, "I was sleepwalking, I'm okay," and went back to his room. Then the weirdness started. One night, yeah, the weirdness. One night I was down in my basement doing laundry, and I heard a small child's voice behind me say, "Hi there." When I turned around, no one was there. At that point, we started finding toys in the basement in obscure places. My first thought was that the children who lived there before had hidden them in the crevices of the walls. Then one day I noticed a box of old marbles appeared where I had just cleaned. None of the toys belonged to my kids. I also set up a cheap dollar store alarm system around the office area, so I knew when the kids would sneak into the office to try to find birthday or Christmas presents. Little stinkers. It says this. It says that. I didn't say that. It says that. They did it often. One day when I was in the bathroom, the alarm went off. I yelled from the bathroom, "Hey, get out of my office." Since my son and I were the only ones home, I heard him yell from upstairs, "I'm not in your office." Now my input here, she said it was a cheap dollar store alarm system. I think it might just be faulty.
Yeah, honestly.
It's a dollar store alarm system. You paid $1 for this. It's not going to be that trustworthy. As time went by, we could hear a piano playing at night. And I thought that might be the neighbors, and sometimes the lights in the ceiling fan would go on and off. I blamed the old lighting. The front door would sometimes open if double locked. I told the woman who owned the home before the new landlords. Sorry, I lost my place. Before our kids were friends, she told me the reason why she put the double lock on the door was because someone would open the door at night, and the reason she finally sold the house is because of all the weirdness surrounding it, including the piano.
Interesting.
Okay. After that, this is the last paragraph. After that, we started looking for another place to live. It was during this time that the really strange stuff started happening. My kids would feel like they were getting pushed up the stairs when going up, and then one night while my son was asleep in his room, he heard an old woman's raspy voice whisper from the closet saying, "I'm going to kill you."
That's so cliche. Okay.
Yeah. The kids would see shadows of figures going back and forth from the porch around to a small building that belonged to the old house next door that was supposedly a candy store and burnt up inside and burnt years before, but the outside remained undamaged. At this point, we moved. Now okay, so that's that one. And I have, I think this one's cap.
Yeah.
This is just any story ever. Any ghost story ever. That's this story.
Yeah, literally, like, that's the most cliche story I've ever heard in my life. Okay, buddy.
I kind of thought it was it was interesting up until the part where it said they heard a audio, like an audio thing saying "I'm going to kill you," because like, come on.
Yeah, yeah, you didn't. You just did not. Why what are they lying for?
Yeah, for real. Why are you lying on a Reddit?
For karma, Bubbo. You don't understand the Reddit grind.
Oh yeah, they're karma farming on r/ghost stories.
Literally.
Honestly, that might be the meta.
Yeah,
maybe I'll do that.
When you said that, I was like, wait, it's probably really easy to make.
That's probably really easy. You just make up a ghost story and it gets a ton of upvotes.
Yeah.
That might be the meta.
It is. Maybe it isn't.
I'll give it a shot and I'll let you know.
Oh my god! Of course.
I'll put a ghost story on r/ghost stories, and next week I'll talk about how well it did.
I was going to become a Reddit creator like a couple months ago. And I'm glad I didn't, but I was gonna start posting that. Not like mainly, but like I was gonna start posting Reddit content, like original content for Reddit, because I heard Reddit was like a very untapped resource of like original content. Like you could like post cool stuff on there and it would do well.
The issue with Reddit is that it's bad for promotion just because you have to have karma in communities. So that means you have to be super active in the communities to promote any sort of stuff. And even whenever you have the karma, sometimes the mods will just delete it.
Yeah. It's
not very reliable.
You gotta go to the juicy sub. No, it's weird. Reddit's so weird.
Yeah, I don't really like Reddit. I only like it for this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and the color for Reddit. We got with that one.
True. Okay, so as for ghost stories, do you have any ghost stories, Baablu?
Ghost stories?
Anything, any paranormal activity stories, anything to do with, maybe aliens or like, anything crazy?
I would hear like, footsteps like outside my room, like when I was younger. It was when everyone was asleep, and I would just hear like pacing down the hallway. So that was scary. Yeah. Nothing with like solid like that made me a believer. Like I don't believe in ghosts. Like I remember when I was younger, I was probably like, I don't know, 10, we'll say. I'm probably a little older than 10, 12. I don't know. Well, I don't know the age, okay? But my parents were not home, and I was home alone, and they were just gone for like a couple hours to do something. But I was like scared because they weren't home. I was like too scared to be home alone. So I had my door open, like my room door open, lights on everywhere, and I just like kept hearing noises out in the living room, and it was the most scary thing ever. I remember being terrified. I couldn't even move. There was just nothing.
Yeah.
And nothing came of it. I don't know. That's like the most paranormal thing I've ever experienced. What about you?
I kind of have a story. Okay.
Oh.
So, I mean, you'll see how this story goes, but I guess I was probably 8 years old at the time, 8 or 9, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was laying in my bed. It was dark. It was nighttime. I was trying to go to sleep. I fall asleep, but as a kid, you're always scared about everything. And this was a time, like, I don't know why, but around the age of like 8 and 9 is kind of when I started to look into like ghost stuff and paranormal stuff.
You get curious.
I got curious, but my curiosity made me terrified of everything.
Oh my god.
So I was like super, like I couldn't sleep in the dark. I had to use a nightlight. But specifically this night, I think my eyes were playing tricks on me, but I kept seeing like shadows on the wall. I feel like,
yeah,
but I could be, it's whatever. It was late. I don't know. But anyway, fast forward, I fall asleep, and then randomly in the middle of the night, I am abruptly awakened by something. This is gonna sound so dumb. I thought I thought something said por favor, which means please in Spanish.
Yeah.
But I was freaking out because I was like, why did I just hear this voice say por favor?
Bro.
I freaked out, went to my parents' room, woke them up. They came into my room. Turns out, bro, not a ghost.
What was it?
It was simply an alarm clock I had that said 4:45. It like it spoke to it like because the alarm was like it just said the time.
Yeah.
And it said 4:45 because it was 3:45. Yeah.
4:45. You thought there was a Spanish ghost?
I did. I thought it was a Spanish ghost.
Bro. Oh my god. Dude.
But it'd be like that.
You ever watch like scary story videos on YouTube?
Not really.
I would watch them, but I would watch the ones that were like real, with like proof of it being real, like someone like being home and not knowing that there's someone like living in their house with them.
Oh, you mean like those? Yeah.
Not like ghost
like
stories,
the one,
but
like the ones where like the dude's like living in the attic and stuff.
Yeah. Where like, have you seen the one where the guy like he goes to sleep and like the girl comes out of his like cupboard and she like starts like drinking from his fridge and then she crawls back up in the cupboard and then he goes out in the morning and like drinks from the same juice she did or something that she's like she didn't put in a cup, she just drank out of the bottle. He does the same thing and she's living in the cupboard above him. It's so dude, yeah. It's so scary.
I used to actually this was at the same house from the other story I just told. But we had like a basement and then we also had like a crawl space under the house. I used to get so scared that someone was living in the crawl space.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's
I don't
like
know
scary.
why. But it's a terrifying thought.
Definitely.
But hey, you know what? These days I don't really care. If you're living under my crawl space, good for you.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
If you're not gonna do anything to me, I don't care.
Yeah,
you can use my crawl space.
Pay rent, you know.
Nah, don't even pay rent. Just use it. I don't care. If I'm not using it and you're using it and you're not bothering me, cool.
Oh my god.
You can have my crawl space, bro.
Funny. Well, someone go live under Bubbo's crawl space. You heard it here.
Luckily, I don't have a crawl space.
You clickbaited us.
I did. I used to have a crawl space. Not anymore.
Now you live on your own, college man.
Yeah.
Look at you. Well, about how long ago? 10 minutes ago, I pinged the Discord. Oh, speaking of which, the Discord, we made an unstable Discord for all the podcast listeners. So,
yeah.
if you are a fan of the podcast and you want to interact with the community, so with other podcast listeners or just us, we have a Discord. It should be on the link tree, right?
Yeah, it's on the link tree, which will be in the description, wherever you see the description, YouTube description, Spotify, whatever.
Yep.
If you don't see it on like Spotify, click show more. There's a show more button. Click that.
People sleep on the show more button. People sleeping on that button. Press it.
And while you're by the show more button, rate us 5 stars.
Oh, that was clean. I'll admit.
Speaking of 5 stars, thanks for over 105 stars on Spotify.
That's crazy.
And we're about to hit 1K on the tube as well.
Oh yeah, we are. That's gonna be wild. But yeah, so I asked the Discord to ask us interesting questions, nothing basic, interesting questions, and they delivered. It would seem. So we have a lot of stuff. If you want to start, maybe we could answer some Discord questions.
Let's rock and roll.
All right. if there's a question we don't want to answer, we can skip it. We can skip.
You know what's funny? I'm looking at the questions right now in the Discord.
Yeah.
Wonky Panda said, "Have you ever had any creepy or paranormal experiences that you can't explain?" Well, you already got your answer.
Yeah, we already went into that. We could answer. I'm just looking for like who's the most annoying color. Remember? That's a funny one. Okay. Wow, you can get slick.
It's probably
No. Only Jack, definitely. Here for me. Right. I can't roast Jack. He makes the thumbnails. I can't roast Jack.
Jack's a mad lad.
Yeah, Jack is goated for making the thumbnails for the podcast. Which, by the way, follow Jack. I don't know his @, but follow Jack. He makes the thumbnails possible.
You can go follow. You can go sub to Less Than Colon Boys on YouTube. That's a YouTube
True.
channel he like focuses on.
Jack Attack Productions 101 Go Live. Histories. Yes. So many titles. Okay. What was the best video experience you two ever recorded aside from the obvious? You're funny. I think we've already answered like best of like our most fun recording, but this is different. What's the best video experience? Like, what was the most like, I don't know, the most filling experience that we've had recording? What do you think?
Dude,
I have an answer.
I have no idea.
I have an answer.
Okay, you
It's between three. It's either whenever we first did the manhunt with Ant Venom, or the one we did with Beijing Canadian, or the one we did with both of them. One of those three videos where it was the best experience like on YouTube so far. Is just recording with my childhood idols. Like, oh my god, that's great. That was great.
Dude, honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a tough question, but I guess since like that's just such an obvious one for me, but
Yeah, I don't really have an answer for that. Like, I don't like. There's nothing that comes to mind where I'm like, oh, dude, this was it. I love doing this. Like, I can't like think of anything.
maybe MCC Rising application. It was a pretty good experience. That whole month.
I will say
that whole month.
That was a good month.
Yeah, it was. It just was.
Actually, no. I think the MCC Rising application was my favorite recording I ever.
Yeah,
been
it
part
was
of.
so good, right? You remember just like that whole hour, and like then I taught Ant Venom how to do axe duels on Legacy.
Yeah, that was the first time we met Ant.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was a really fun time.
Dude, do you remember getting on Legacy and people being like, "Oh my god, it's Bubbo," and then Ant Venom being there like, "Hey,
Yeah, yeah, Ant was there, and people were like, "Oh my god, Bubbo," and I was like, "Why are you saying 'Oh my god, Bubbo' when Ant Venom was literally in the lobby?"
And Bubbo had like 40k subs or like 50k subs, I think. Like it was
it wasn't even like crazy at the time.
Yeah, it was pretty like mild. Then Ant Venom has like 4 million or like 3 million. It's like, okay.
It's just the community.
Yeah, they just love Bubbos and manhunts.
I do think though soon when I start recording this new content that I'm about to start doing, I think I'm gonna enjoy doing those a lot more.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be really fun.
Not like manhunt is boring like per se. It's just kind of like when you do the same type of content for like about a year, maybe even longer for some of us. You want to switch it up a little bit, so there might be some changes coming to the channels.
I used to feel really good about every manhunt we did, but that was like a year and a half ago now. When we first started doing manhunt, when I was like recording like 8-hour sessions with Booster. And
yeah, I can't imagine, dude.
I was having a really good time, but these days it's kind of just another one,
Tired.
another one.
Tired. I'm still having fun with it, so.
I don't hate doing. I don't despise manhunts. I would like to do some other stuff as well.
Yeah, don't get us wrong. You're not watching us force ourselves to play Minecraft. You know, we're still enjoying it.
Yeah, if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. I would just also like to do some other stuff to keep it fresh.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just the same thing over and over, and that's what I'm kind of tired of.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, there's an interesting question here. How did it feel to see ourselves grow for both of us? Like to see us initially start taking off on the platform? That's a really good question. I guess you could go first because yours is a lot more interesting.
So for me, okay, I kind of tell the story of how I blew up. I mean, my channel was made. Hold on, let me take a look. Hold on, sorry, I'm stupid. I can't type. No, that's Twitch, not YouTube.
It gets them mixed
I'm
up,
bad at
guys.
this. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, my channel was made in 2012.
Jeez.
And it's been active since 2012. I've posted, not consistently active, but I've definitely posted at least a few videos a year since 2012. And then around last year, I guess it was last year around October? No. Well, yeah, I had about 1K subs last October. And then I met like Boostfur, Kieran, Dev, and Yellow. And we started recording together. I grew to about 10K off of manhunts initially. Or no, not even off manhunts. I wasn't doing manhunts. I was just doing Minecraft butt videos.
You did not like manhunt. I remember you were very adamant.
No.
I'm not making manhunt, guys. And then
Well, that's because I wasn't good enough at manhunt.
And you got good at the game.
Because I practiced a lot to get how good I am now. I put in the hours, people.
He did.
If
He put
you,
in the
I,
work,
I
man.
put in the hours to get good, to make good videos.
True.
But so yeah, I had about 10K around the time I was making Minecraft butts, and then a few months later, I made one manhunt, a singular manhunt,
I remember.
and that video. Not only did that video pop off, that specific week that I posted that video, YouTube decided to make me gaming creator on the rise, which put me on trending for a whole week straight.
Yeah.
So I remember that week I went from 10K to roughly 45K.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And then I kept doing manhunts, and then, I had a few pop off here and there, and about 3 months later, I'm at like 90K.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I went from about 1,000 subs to 100K in probably 6 months.
Jesus, dude. Oh my god, that's crazy. That's like
Yeah,
really
it was
hard to
insane.
replicate.
It was like, it literally, that 1 week I was on trending changed my entire life completely. I was working a job that I hated, and that week I remember looking at my numbers and I was like, dang, I can quit now. Like, I was making more. I was already, just from that 1 week, making more money on YouTube than I did at my real job. And I was like, I'm just quitting and devoting my time into YouTube now. And I did it. It was a risk, but it worked out. Here I am. I'm doing pretty well now. But I kind of still can't believe it sometimes. I look on the plaque on my wall and I'm like, dang.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
It actually happened. I've been dreaming of this since I was like 8 years old. And to finally be here, I'm forever grateful. And I can't thank the people that got me here enough, which would be like the people that watch. Anyone that's listening to this, you're part of that. Thank you. It means the world to me. Thank you.
Crazy. I remember when you first were starting to switch away from Minecraft, but we did that one death swap. That was like the start of your change in content. It was like the first video that you recorded that wasn't really like a Minecraft, but in the first like
that
3
death
months.
swap did good too.
It did. It was. I think it was 1 out of 10 on your channel.
At the time, yeah, it was 1 out of 10 at the time. But then the next video I did manhunt, it got over 100K in like a day.
Yeah, that was crazy. That death swap was a good time. We're doing that. Crazy. That was so long ago. It does not feel like it was that long ago.
Yeah, that was a really long time ago.
Jesus, man. Known you for a while. It's kind of
so what about you?
Dude, just the experience of, I remember I really started to have like success on my channel after like October. So I started in February and I was posting pretty consistently once every week or two, doing different type of videos, manhunt or whatever. I did some other challenges and stuff, but I gained from February to September, I gained about 1,000 subscribers. That's like, that's like 7 months. It was like very demotivating to see everyone in my community, like, Bubbo and all them, like getting success when I wasn't really seeing any progress. But once I started, I changed my editing style, I put in more work, I made my videos better, and I started noticing, like, I think it was Stealth Master was my first manhunt, Minecraft Manhunt, but I'm a Stealth Master, to pop off, which that video just did insane, and then it just started a snowball effect, and I gained like, I think 5K subs that month. It's wild. Really wild.
Yeah, it's definitely about after you get that first sort of initial traction, it's so much easier after that. It just takes the correct formula to get that traction.
Yeah.
So for those of you listening that are also wanting to do YouTube, you do need quality content. You can't just upload something that's barely edited, doesn't have music. Like, it's just these days it's not going to work. It would have worked like 5 years ago, 2012 YouTube or something like that. It would have worked, but these days there is a standard for your videos to pop off, or the algorithm won't pick you up. It's all about watch time. Every minute that people watch counts, and every minute people watch, the algorithm pushes you a bit more. So you need to find ways to keep your audience engaged, get them liking the video, commenting on the video, and just getting them to stay and watch the entire video. you really should be aiming for like 50-60% audience duration.
Quality over quantity.
And you need good thumbnails.
You do.
Good thumbnail makes the difference a thumbnail makes. I've had videos be number 10 out of 10, which means they're the worst performing video out of the last 10 videos. I changed the thumbnail and it boosts it up to number 1. I've seen it happen. The thumbnail is everything. If the thumbnail's not interesting, people will not click the video.
True.
So you get back what you put in. So put in the time, put in the effort to making quality videos and quality thumbnails. It takes time. I spend probably 10 hours on each video at least.
Yeah.
So just take the time, make a good video. You don't need to post every day. Post once a week, every other week, whatever. Yeah. But make sure it's good.
Quality over quantity, people. And also, to anyone who wants to start YouTube and you're researching the algorithm and you think you know everything, you're looking at every tidbit and you're reading books, stop. Just
don't read it.
Post good content that what you want to make. Stop looking for algorithm hacks that are going to make your video blow up. It doesn't work, okay? It might give you some insight.
Stop looking up how to get more views on YouTube. Stop looking up how to get more views on YouTube.
Just post good stuff. Post good content. Take the time to edit well. Learn like a software to do thumbnails. Like, stop looking for every little tidbit of like, oh, if I put this in the tags, it'll blow up. Like, no, just good content. If the content is bad, it won't blow up no matter how many keywords you put in the description, okay?
Never buy subs, never do sub for sub. Only get subs legit, because the people that sub to you legit are the people that are actually going to watch you again and again and again. And that's what matters. People watching multiple of your videos puts you way higher up in the algorithm.
Yeah.
So don't just try to get this. Don't get views if they're not going to be like good views. Let the algorithm do the work. The algorithm is pushing your video to people that they think will want to see it, and if they click it and they like it, they'll sub. Don't go around different communities posting your video or
I was about to say that.
I mean, you can.
Like, you can, but it doesn't really do much, like, at all.
It's not going to do anything, because also, if they click it, don't like it, and then click off, that ruins your watch duration, which puts you down in the algorithm. So just let the algorithm do its work. Don't try to find ways to get views, because if you do, it's going to actually ruin your chances of getting views. The algorithm is made in a way for it to work correctly, and it does work correctly when you let it.
Yep. Just no amount of research you can do that will make your content better. Have to do that yourself. Put in the work.
I feel like that's advice nobody ever gives. No one ever gives the advice of let the algorithm do its job.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, just keep researching.
Post your video here, post it here, post it here, pay for advertisement. No, don't. Just let the algorithm do its job. Make good videos and let the algorithm do its job. That's it. That's all you have to do. That's what I do.
Back in like 2015 or 2014, YouTube advertisements were busted. I remember Technoblade used to have a YouTube advertisement for his channel. And that's how I found Technoblade. Was like 2016 or whatever, like really long time ago, when he had a YouTube advertisement for his channel. It was like advertising his Skywars gameplay or something. I thought it was cool. So don't do that. Don't buy an ad, and maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but it's not worth it.
Dude, the ads were so busted.
They were back then, right? Yeah.
You know the YouTuber Jelly?
Yeah, I know Jelly. Yeah,
he has 22.7 million subs.
Mm-hmm.
I first found Jelly through an ad. Like, it was like a 50-second unskippable ad on YouTube. And that ad took him from, I remember, 3K subs to 500K subs. Or something crazy like that. But that's also a lot of money to put into an ad. Ads are not cheap. Ads are not cheap.
At least not ads that will go like everywhere.
Job. Yeah. What else we got?
A lot more questions. We just took like 30 minutes to answer 2 questions.
We can answer a couple more.
Okay, sure. Anything in our careers that we regret? We've answered this before.
Yeah, not really.
Oh, worst restaurant experience? Want to tell too many stories?
Yeah, it was one that I worked at for a little. I worked at it for 2 weeks. and basically I was like a quality assurance person. So I was the person that like stood, like how there's like the window that the chefs put the food
Oh
on, and
yeah.
then yeah. So I was at the window, and I was like always making sure the orders were right, making sure the orders were together, so the waiters and waitresses could just grab it and go to the table or whatever. First off, that was the most stressful job I ever had in my life. It was a busy restaurant, and that window was not big enough for the amount of food that came out. But also the management there was awful. The main reason I quit was, one, because I hated it. Two, they made me work on Super Bowl night, right?
Oh wow.
Given I had only been there for a week and a half,
They're
and they made
bold.
me work on Super Bowl night by myself.
Oh my
I didn't know what I was
god.
doing yet. I didn't understand what I was doing. They didn't even train me either. They just put me in and said, do the job. But I was getting super behind, and the main boss, like the store like manager, came over. He said, "You need to work faster. You need to work faster." I said, "I'm doing the best I can. I don't know what I'm doing." And he physically pushed me, like shoved me out of the way, and started doing my job. And then I was like, "Can I talk to you?" And I said, "I quit,"
Oh my god.
and I left.
Pretty baller. Wouldn't like
That's
that.
the worst restaurant experience I've had, though.
Jesus.
What about you?
Bad. I don't know about bad restaurant experience, but I might turn this into a good story because me and my friends went to a McDonald's once. Not really a restaurant, I guess, but it kind of is.
That's
It
a
is. It
restaurant.
is. It is. Well, people consider
That's
like a.
that's fine dining, 5 stars. What the heck?
We went to McDonald's and we were like just looking for the stupidest thing to do in our town. We were bored. It was night, and we were whatever. We'll find. We went to like a convenience store and we bought like those red Solo cups,
Yeah.
and we bought like those pong balls.
All
And we
right.
went to the McDonald's and they had this long table. And
You play Pong
we
on
set
the
up a
McDonald's
pong,
table.
we set up a game of pong on the McDonald's table, like cup pong, and the manager was so cool about it. He was like, "Yeah, you guys can play all you want as long as you clean up after." And we were like, "Okay, of course, yeah." So we played like cup pong in the McDonald's, in the busy restaurant. People are moving around us. We're just playing cup pong, for like
That's a
40
W
minutes.
W
I
manager.
know, right? He was so cool. He did not care at all. It was a pretty sick experience. We just played and then we left, and we got food, of course. We didn't just go in and like do that, but yeah, it was great. W restaurant experience,
W
actually
restaurant.
amazing. I don't know if I have any bad experiences. I can't think of any where I was like upset leaving, unless like the food was just bad. But that's not an interesting story. The food was bad.
Fair. What else?
You can take a look. Some. What do we have? Pet peeves. Ooh, do we have any pet peeves, Bubba?
Probably
Probably. Can't think of any icks.
on the spot though. I don't know.
I will say one that I
Um,
have. When people say K
okay.
instead of okay, if they just say K.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's so passive aggressive. I don't like it. It's like, dude, come on, man. That's one of my pet
Um.
peeves.
Oh, I do have a big pet peeve.
Oh,
This is gonna sound kind of mean, probably.
oh God.
Bad parents at
Oh,
like public places that let their
yeah,
kids like run around and scream and play.
yeah.
That's awful. That's terrible. Stop that.
Very
If that's
true.
you, parent, if you're a parent and you're listening and that's you, stop that. It's no one likes it.
Do you think we have parents listening to us?
But probably.
You're a
I'm sure
parent.
there's like one. If you're a parent, tweet at us at the oh wait, what's the Twitter?
Unstable cast.
At the Unstable Cast on Twitter. Tweet at us if you're a parent. Let us know. I'm actually highly interested if we do have parents listening.
You're a parent. Rate 5 stars.
True. If you're not a parent, also rate 5 stars.
It always works. It's the easiest trick in the book.
True.
All right. Well, I think we've been going for about 45 minutes. You gonna?
True. Let me take a look through these questions, see if there's any like last cool ones.
We can save them for future. We don't have to answer like all the ones we got today right now, but I'm down to do a few
Yeah,
more.
I
if
just
you
want
are.
to see if there's any like ones that stand out.
Yeah, I'm down.
Um
There's some interesting ones that I'm just not answering. But not interesting in the way that it would be good for the podcast. Just odd, I guess.
Yeah, I see one of those. I'm looking at one right now.
Yeah.
Come on, L's. I'm not answering that.
L's, why would you do that?
I guess favorite music artist, I guess, would be interesting.
Oh, you go first.
No, you go first.
Okay, my answer is XXX Tentacion. My favorite artist ever. Great music, wonderful artist.
I've never listened.
Damn, you have to, dude. Some of the songs are just, most of his songs, I'll say.
As for me, it switches a lot. Like, I kind of go on. The way I listen to music is like I'll find like one artist or one album that I really like, and I will repeat all their songs over and over and over again until I'm bored, and then I find a new artist.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
I've gone through phases. I would say probably my favorite all time is probably Jeremy Zucker.
Jeremy Zucker.
Yeah, people may or may not know him. He does like chill pop stuff for the most part.
Huh, interesting.
But right now I'm really on Charlie Puth.
Yeah, I was about to say you're on Charlie Puth right now.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
He's a good artist, to be fair.
Yeah, he is. His songs, it's just not even necessarily from like the perspective of like lyrics or whatever. I listen to him because his production value on his songs is insane.
Yeah,
like it just sounds so good and so crisp and so clear.
Yeah,
and I'm kind of listening to try to learn how to replicate it.
Ooh, interesting, Bubbo.
I'm getting there. Speaking of replicating music, my EP comes out on Friday.
I can't wait. I'm so hyped. Oh my god, I've heard it already.
It'll be linked in the description to pre-save on Spotify. So if you're already on Spotify, just go pre-save it. It helps me out a ton. I appreciate it.
4 tracks. They're all bangers.
4 tracks, banger tracks. I'm sure you'll like it. Let me know what you think when it comes out.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's all I got.
Sounds good to me. We can wrap up right here.
Yeah. All right. Anywho, if you're watching on YouTube, like the video. If you're on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere else, rate 5 stars. We appreciate all of you guys listening. Thank you for the support recently, because you're going nuts right now.
It's crazy. Next week we got a guest. We have a guest next week. Ooh.
Yeah. We should have a guest next week.
We should. We're not gonna say who it is, but we should.
It's not confirmed, but we should.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll figure something out. We'll probably have a guest regardless, but it may just not be that specific guest.
Oh, I was not aware of this. I guess you have to.
Well, I don't know. I don't know either, but it's not confirmed, so I don't want to like.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying who it is, but.
Yeah, but anyway, stay tuned for that. You'll like that episode.
I hope so.
But yeah, thanks for listening. We appreciate you guys, and we will see you on Tuesday. Peace.